Alright, what is up guys, Team Yugi Feels here, and today I'm going to be hosting a really fun deck profile. I think this is personally, in my opinion, in the top, probably top 5 meta decks of the format, to be honest with you. Pendulum Magicians are making a gigantic comeback right now, and it's all really due to the Phantom Knight link. And the rank up spell, because then you just go into Kali Yuga on their main phase, and anything that they try and activate will not even work that turn, and then your following turn you just OTK them. This deck is super crazy, super powerful, really explosive. The combo is so easy to do. Almost every single board, for the most part, you can end on it. Obviously, you're going to get a brick hand. That's just bound to happen every once in a while, but you are usually going to be able to pull this combo off without question. But I'm not going to talk too much about that. I'm just going to hop right into the deck profile. So for Magicians, I'm actually playing a larger lineup than some people. I'm doing 3 Wisdom Eye, 3 Harmonizing, 2 Black Fang, 2 Purple Poison, 2 Oath Dragon, 1 Dragon Pit, 1 Zianke, and 1 Time Gazer. A lot of people are only playing 1 Black Fang and 1 Purple Poison, which is okay. I just feel in this list I want a lot of dark monsters to play with, and in my personal opinion, they actually help with part of the combo because of harmonizing, which is just really useful, being able to combo off like that. So I do play 2 and 2. I think it's okay at this. If you want to play less, you can, but I personally enjoy this ratio right now. Those are the Magician cards, so we'll hop on to our Turbo cards. 3 Chronograph, the Mythical Beast Engine, so 3 Cerberus and 2 Jackal King. This is really, really good for, like, the Cerberus is really good for outing Thunder Dragon stuff. Obviously, the Jackal King is great for negating monster effects. Then I'm playing 3 Dark Worm and 2 Gate Zero. I feel like this is a really solid ratio. I know some people are only playing 1 of the donut, but I think it's really, really good. And it just gives you some really awesome plays, and it's part of the combo. So then we play 2 Abyss Actor Curtain Raiser. 3 is too cloggy. You don't want to really draw into more than 1 of it. And sometimes you don't even want to draw into it because you'll have like Dragon Shrine, and then it's really useless because you're just normal summoning it. And then we play the 1 Silent Boots for the Phantom Knights. You just need 1 of this. Playing any more of it bricks. And if you do end up drawing it, you can usually discard it off of Pendulum Call, so it doesn't even matter. Moving on to the spell cards, though. Only 2 Allure. You really don't need more than this. Like, 2 is perfectly fine. You're going to get to your combo no matter what. Same with Pendulum Call, you only need 2 of it, and technically you play the 3rd one by playing Duelist Alliance. This is really, really good for your search power. You don't really need more than that. 2 Shrine, that's perfect as well. You don't want to draw into a lot of it. Then 1 Foolish Burial. That's fairly simple. And then, of course, the MVP of the deck, the Phantom Knight rank up card, the card that wins you the game, basically. It's like your win condition with this deck, which I'm going to do some test hands afterwards and show you. That way you guys get an idea. But moving on to the extra deck for Synchro cards, we play 1 Meteor Burst. This card's really, really good, especially if you have the Donut and Scale, because then you can just summon it and overlay. 1 Ignister. This card is really strong. 1 Borreload Savage Dragon. This card is part of the combo as well, which hopefully I'll be able to show you. But those are the Synchro monsters. You don't need more than that. 1 Evil Swarm Nightmare. 1 of the Supreme King Dragon Dark Rebellion. This card's really good for OTKing. 1 Dweller. You really don't need to play any other rank 4s other than these 3. They're the best ones to play with right now. 1 Naruto. This card's really solid if you have to play it. Then we play the Absolute, and to complement that, we play the Rebellion Dragon. This card is for your rank up spell, so basically when you link off the Absolute, you're going to special summon this from the effect of Absolute. And then, of course, the Kali Yuga. This is just crazy. This is such a nasty combo. Moving on to the fusions, we just play the 1 Vortex. That's self-explanatory. You don't make this as often as you used to because of Kali Yuga being a thing. Then the Link monsters, 1 Underclock, 1 Electromite, 1 of the Phantom Knights, and 1 Zephyr Metaltron. This is fairly basic. You really don't need like Borreload or Borrelsword. I've tested them in here. It's okay. If you're going to take anything out, because you want to play those cards, I would recommend either taking Dweller or the Dark Rebellion out. One of these cards can probably go. Other than that, I would keep everything the same. But let me go ahead and just mix all this up. I'm going to go ahead and cut the camera so I can like power shuffle and everything. And then immediately after, I will start recording again so you guys can see some test hands. Alright guys, so I'm going to do some test hands for you now. So I'm actually going to mix this up a little bit. I already shuffled it off camera and power shuffled it and everything, but I want it to be really fully mixed here. That way you guys can get an idea for what we can do. So we're going to put this up in the top corner here. So the extra deck is going to be kind of off camera, and so will the main deck. That way we have some space. And I have the field center up here to kind of separate things. But we'll draw a hand of 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. So we can activate Chronograph in Scale. And then after that, we can activate our Duelist Alliance Search. We will grab the Pendulum Call and add that to hand. Now, after that, we're going to use Chronograph to pop itself. And we will get to Special Summon a Time Gazer Magician. Now, after the Time Gazer has been summoned, we are going to activate Mythical Beastmaster Cerberus, pop himself to search for the Jackal King. We'll activate Jackal King and use the effect to pop itself and special summon Cerberus. That'll go in the extra monster zone. I'm going to try and keep this on camera as much as possible for you, so we'll slide this down a bit. Now, we can link these two into our Electromite. And Electromite's effect will send from deck to extra. So we're going to send a Harmonizing Magician right here. I'm going to do a couple test hands, that way you guys can kind of see the different things that can be done. But now we've done that, we have a couple options here. Our best one is to activate the Pendulum Call and probably discard the Black Fang because we really don't need it. So that gets discarded. Well, we kind of need it, so we have to like search another one basically. But we get to add Oath Dragon, and you can add any level 8 to be honest. It doesn't make too much of a difference. So in this case, or a scale 8, not a level 8. We are going to add the Black Fang. Alright, that'll go to Graveyard. I'm going to move this up just a little bit, and we're going to activate our Chronograph in Scale, and Electromite will pop the Chronograph, and with that we can add, we have a lot that we could add actually. There's a lot of options here, but we're going to add, in this case, the other Chronograph because there's not too much else to add. To the resolution, Electromite will be Chainlink 1, Chronograph Chainlink 2, only special summoning itself, and then drawing a card, which will be Wisdom Eye. Now we can activate and scale the Oath Dragon and the Black Fang. Oath Dragon will trigger to add Harmonizing back to our hand. Now we have the opportunity to Pendulum Summon our hand out onto the board. So we're going to do Harmonizing, we're going to do Jackal, and then we're going to do Time Gazer. We also have not even normal summon this turn, which is crazy. That's going to be like super awesome and important, but we will get Harmonizing's effect, which will give us the ability to special summon a level 7 is going to be our best bet here. So we're going to get ZNK out on the field. Alright, now we can, Synchro Summon with Harmonizing and Time Gazer and make Meteor Burst. Meteor Burst effect will special summon Oath Dragon. Then we're going to overlay the ZNK and Odd Eyes for the Absolute Dragon, we will link Absolute Dragon and Electromite for Underclock. Absolute's effect will trigger in the graveyard to special summon our Rebellion Dragon right below the Underclock. Then we can link the Cerberus and the Underclock for our Phantom Knight. Now, the Phantom Knight will give us the ability to send, where is he? Our Silent Boots to grave. Oh, and the spell's right next to him. And then we get to set the spell directly from deck, which I'm going to move this over so I can do so. So that is now set. And then after that, we can overlay the Oath Dragon and Chronograph to make Naruto. And then we can basically pass our turn, because what's going to end up happening is during our opponent's main phase, they're going to activate something. Then we can chain this. We can play the Kali Yuga on top here, and the spell goes with it. And now anything that they activate for the rest of the turn is just not going to work. Its effect is going to be negated, and there's going to be no possible plays for them. But that's one combo, so let me go ahead and just pull these apart so I can shuffle everything back in. You have the option to play Break Sword if you want to banish the boots. I personally just don't like it as much, especially if you're making Kali Yuga, like you're already negating everything, so why even bother? But let me go ahead and, like I said, just grab all this stuff and put it back together in order, and I will do another test hand for you. So we'll mix this up nice and good here. That was a really, really good hand, too. We hadn't even normal summoned or anything, and we were able to do some crazy combos. We'll mix this just like so. Alright, there's the cut. And same thing, opening 5 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is a really, really good hand. Foolish Burial will activate. We will send the Dark Worm, which will special summon itself, and search for Donut. Donuts make me go nuts. There we go. Donuts added to hand. Alright, we're going back in anyways. We're going to activate the Cerberus. Cerberus effect will pop itself. We will search for Jackal. Alright, now we can activate the Jackal, use its effect and scale, popping it to summon the Cerberus. We will link the Dark Worm and Cerberus for our Electromite. Electromite's effect will send from deck to extra. So in this case, we are going to be sending another Wisdom Eye, which I will explain why in a minute. Now we're going to activate the Donut and Scale to pop itself and add the Wisdom Eye back to hand. Electromite will then trigger itself to draw. Now we can really complete scales here. So we're going to activate both Wisdom Eyes. Using both of their effects, I'm just going to use both of them at once, it doesn't matter. Activating a Black Fang and an Oath Dragon in scale, and I'll move these down a little bit now. Now the Oath Dragon will add a Wisdom Eye back to hand, and now we can go into our Pendulum Summon. So we will Pendulum Summon a Harmonizing Magician. We can then Pendulum Summon a Wisdom Eye Magician, which is going to be really good. We will Pendulum Summon... Actually, we don't even have to use Harmonizing's effect. That's the best part. So we'll Pendulum Summon the Gate 0 to one of Electromite's zones. A random Dark goes to the other zone, and then the Zianke will be Pendulum Summoned from hand. Normally, you would use Harmonizing, but seeing we have the other level 7, we don't have to. Now we will overlay these two and make the Absolute. We can link Absolute and Electromite for the Underclock. Then Absolute's effect triggers Engrave to once again summon the Rebellion. After that, you can link the random Dark Monster and Underclock for the Phantom Knight link. Same thing as before, we'll use its effect to send... let me move that first. We will send the Boots to grave. And then we will get to set the Rank Up Magic Launch from our deck to the back row. Then we can Synchro Summon these two into a Borreload Savage Dragon, which will then get the effect... Oop, I'll move that back. The Borreload Savage Dragon can then equip Electromite to itself, and that will leave him with 2 counters, which gives him the ability for negates, as well as during our opponent's turn we can once again rank up into the Kali Yuga, and then our opponent can't do anything. And on your next turn, you just draw whatever and you OTK them. So it doesn't even matter. It's really, really broken. This deck is super easy to play, but those are some combos. That way you guys could see how the deck runs. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give the video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and this is Team Yugi Fails signing out.